Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about the situation that appears to be developing in North Korea. We're going to talk about the situation itself. We're going to talk about how it is likely to be framed in different parts of the world. We're going to talk about how I think it should be framed in the part we need to remember. And we're going to talk about the best bet for addressing the situation. Now, if you have missed it, there have been strong indications that soon North Korea will not have enough food to feed everybody, even if it was evenly distributed. Certain actions by the North Korean government recently make those suggestions seem a whole lot more likely. It does appear that unless something changes drastically, North Korea will head into a period where there is not enough food, with everything that goes along with that. Around the world, people are going to want to frame this in different ways that is best for their particular ideology, their set of beliefs. Most will try to attribute it to a single factor. When you are talking about something like this, it is rarely a single factor. It's not one thing that causes it, it's a combination of things. In this case, there are four main factors. First, antiquated farming techniques. Most of what is used over there is old. It's not as good. Second, Western sanctions because of the weapons program. That limits the economy, which impacts everything. Third, the weapons program. The types of weapons that they have been developing and testing are expensive, and it diverts resources from other segments of the economy. Fourth, North Korea took the world's public health situation seriously, and they wound up imposing even more isolation on themselves. They took securing their border very seriously. There was a lot of cross-border trade between China and North Korea prior to them securing it because of the pandemic. A lot of that cross-border trade was of the sort that you tip the border guard for. That trade being lost further stifled the economy. It also denied access to certain things that you need for agriculture. Those four things in conjunction are your primary causes. People are going to want to debate over which one is most important or try to say that it's just one of these, and that's fine. That's a debate that people can have if they want to. I don't think that's appropriate framing, though. At the end of the day, the people who will suffer for this, the people who will pay for this, they are the farmer in the field, they are the worker in the factory. They are normal people. They are people who you probably have more in common with than you do the people representing you up in D.C. They are people who will pay for the mistakes of their betters. I think it's important to remind everybody that beyond America's borders do not live a lesser people. And that does apply to countries that are considered adversarial. At the end of the day, if all of the suggestions are correct and North Korea is headed down this road into a situation in which they do not have enough food to feed everybody, it shouldn't be politicized to that point. People need food. Realistically, what is North Korea's best hope that China steps up. That is the best hope, that China comes through on this one. The alternative would be Western help. Western help is probably going to require a return to the table to talk about that weapons program, which from a foreign policy standpoint, we talk about it all the time on the channel, foreign policy isn't about morality. This isn't about people at the top making decisions. This isn't about power on the international stage. It can be used that way as leverage, but at the end of the day, these are people without enough to eat. And the projections, they're pretty severe. It should be remembered that no matter what your government thinks of another person's government, the people who are going to pay for this, they don't have any say in it. They're just average people. Those will be the people who suffer. That part needs to be remembered as the talking points get developed, as the framing gets developed. It's not going to impact the people at the top. Just like when the economy takes a downturn here, it's not really the people at the top who are struggling to get by. And I just feel like, given our current political climate and the move towards near-peer contests and everything else coming into focus at one time, I feel like that's going to be lost. They're people. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.